distinguished guests, most sincerely welcoming you to this town hall meeting with the theme strengthening the naira through export diversification. This is courtesy the Bankers Committee and the Central Bank of Nigeria.
This gathering is part of the ongoing efforts to strengthen the narrative surrounding the Central Bank of Nigeria, the policies, and their positive impact in our economy. As many of you know, the Bankers Committee, through the Financial Literacy and Public Enlightenment Subcommittee, has launched the Changing the Narrative campaign. The purpose of this campaign is to bridge the information gap and shed light on the long-term benefits of the CBN reforms. The objective of this forum is to address any concerns, answer your questions, and collaborate on strategies that will ensure these reforms lead to tangible improvements to all Nigerians.
This monocultural nature of the economy is a kind of lopsidedness in export structure which has posed serious economic obstacles such as unstable economic growth rate, instability in foreign exchange earnings, resulting from the susceptibility to volatility and shocks of global oil prices and exchange rate fluctuations, among others. Let us also leverage on technology to spur growth in export. Let us tap from the global halal market. I'm mentioning this probably for the first time. There is what is called global halal market.
Today's discussion is particularly timely given the rising inflation, unemployment, and poverty. We must seize the opportunity to leverage the strengths of the banking sector to address these challenges and unlock our state's full economic potentials.
Okay, besides the hibiscus that you mentioned, are there other key that we can make from our raw materials that we have in abundance in Nigeria and put them out in the international market?
Yeah. Take for instance, we export, according to the data presented by the keynote address, our leading export is cocoa. But then, maybe if we export 50 containers of cocoa and we import 2 containers of chocolate, whatever the gain we thought we would have earned in the export of that 50 container, the import of that 1 container of chocolate might erode the whole benefit of it. So in overall thing, we still need value addition, not just exporting this material just the way we have been doing since 1960. We need to have a kind of value addition to this product, and that is where the key earning lies.
This current government last April launched the National Single Window Project. And as part of what the Single Window Project is going to do, in addition to harmonizing documentation requirements to make it easier for traders, so if you fill in after a Form M, you don't have to go across filling after the same set of fields. You're filling one form and then, it simplifies documentation. It's also going to harmonize those costs. So hopefully, that should be part of what the single window should address. And from what I made to understand, that should be towards the end of this year or early next year, the go live of the National Single Window Project. So,
okay, so on corruption, I just want to add that on the flip side of it, there are times corruption will also cost you outside the country. I'll give an example. I used to have a customer that actually shipped to US hibiscus flower, and they discovered that those flowers were not good enough. And the customer was actually contacted to pay for the destruction of those hibiscus. So sometimes when you export, fine, you might think you are smart enough within the country to beat the system and export. But when it gets to the destination country, you might actually pay for your inefficiency to follow the due process within the country. So it's advisable that you follow the contract that you have signed, make sure that the specification that you have agreed is what you are exporting, to also make sure that you don't pay additional cost for a product that you will not receive payment. Thank you.
How much effort does CBN put to ensure that our exporters are financially educated? Thank you very much.
So financial literacy, one of such programs is this. If you follow, we've done several other collaborative efforts with under the Bankers Committee efforts, radio shows. The structure, you must ensure that you have a firm contract with your buyer. You agree on a workable and a practical terms of payment, such that, and always involve the bank. If you trade and you have the bank in the middle, it helps to mitigate the risk of non-payment. The bank will always ensure that you are protected.
I just wanted to say one final word on it, that we all have that moral responsibility to go out there and put our right foot forward when we export. Because anytime you export and you cut corners or you do something that impacts negatively on the image of Nigerian exports, you are doing it to the disadvantage of the 200 million Nigerians. Because as it is now, there are some products that are actually produced in Nigeria, but they have to be taken through land borders informally to go and make documents for them and then ship them out as if they are from neighboring countries, simply because the whole idea is when somebody sees country of origin Nigeria. So please, when you export, that issue of corruption, think about it. It's not just about you, it's about the 200 million of us Nigerians. Thank you.